Have you ever asked yourself what should you be doing on your mix bus? How many plugins should you or should you not have on your mix bus? Knowing what should go on your mix bus is always the riddle we all want answered. And in this clip, Daniel throws out the rulebook completely to create a mix that is something special. Using tools like EQ, compression, saturation, and limiting, but using them in subtle and different ways to give the mix a unique sonic identity that complements the artist and the song. Enjoy.
Let's hear it. Okay, so first thing you'll notice, my 2 bus is clipping. Sue me. I don't care. So I got my Pro Q2, just shaving off most of the stuff below 30. I'm letting some get through, so it can kick the compressor a little bit, but nothing below like 25 really is getting through, maybe 22. This REQ, it's really not doing much. I'm adding just touches of things. This was probably just a little last minute addition, or actually, this is a remnant from our writing template. I had an REQ 6 on the writing template because we were working on speakers that I didn't know, and I wanted it to sound differently on those speakers. So I think I just kept that. I don't think I noticed it was on. So it's not really doing much. We can still compare it though. Subtle lift in the low mids. This guy, I love this plugin. I think it sounds really nice. I like to use it for super high-end shit, 16K, and I like to use it for some nice low subby stuff. So I'm doing, let's see, 47, doing a little bit on there. I'm actually cutting some 390. I think the song started to have a little too much mid buildup. And I'm adding some 3K and 16K. 16K shelf, so it's going all the way up. So let's hear that off and on. Nice sounding frequencies. It's got a good sound to it. So there's all that, and then this guy. This is the main guy. I mean, let's start with it off. So this is the master bus compressor. I talked a little bit about it earlier. I love this compressor, and I keep it on fast attack because I want to take all this stuff that's all floppy and huge and messed up, and I want to crush it even more quick. Crush it really quickly. I want my drums to snap a little more. This just does such a good job at getting in there and having like a really nice glue sound to it, but without being floppy or weak or wobbly or anything. So here you go. I'm going to play it with it on. Here, I'll give you some makeup gain just to... My gain staging is non-existent in this session, so you'll have to forgive me. Loose. Tight. Let me go to the breakdown section because that's when you'll really get to hear it kick in and you get to hear the whole mix just get sucked in. Not even close. This is where this thing is the most important part to me of the whole mix is slamming the master bus compressor. To me, it's like, if you're not doing that, you're gonna miss out on so much energy and so much life, and also your mix is gonna be way more out of control. I just love this compressor. I love the drive. I love how quick it is. I don't always use auto release. For this song, I did. I think I had it turned on by accident when I started mixing, and then I was mixing into that, so I kind of didn't want to change it. A lot of the time, I'll just keep the release like somewhere around like 9 o'clock, or even a little bit lower. But no, the auto release is really great on this. Great compressor. So then here, oh, you know what? Let me back this back down. Oh. All right, so let me back this back down. So this was something I did to make the mix a little bit more crunchy. Little Saturn, warm tube bass 4 bands, SM preset. Not sure what SM stands for. Who knows? It sounded good though. So let's listen to that. And if you hear it, there's like a subtle tone shift where it goes from being hi-fi to just a little tiny bit, almost like taped out. I'm gonna play it one more time. And this is a personal preference thing. I don't think this necessarily makes the mix worse or better. It just makes it sound different. We crank the mix. So I just had to add just a tiny bit of that. And then the other very important tool here, my good buddy Ozone. Sue me. I don't know what it is. Sue me. Fucking sue me. That's funny. So, all right, this is doing nothing. So basically, I'll follow the chain here. I used a little bit of tone matching. It's just something I do on here to sort of check myself. I'll pull in a mix, or maybe even 5 or 6 mixes that I really like. I have a folder of references, and I will capture them, listen through all of them, or maybe 10 to 20 seconds of each one, skip around. Then I'll go back to my song. I'll play this through it, let it listen to my song, and then it's gonna compare the two and give me an EQ curve that basically is gonna make them hit the ear the same way. I think the song I used to match this might have been, well, let's see. Yeah, Royal Beggars. Great mix. Good mix to check against too. Probably sounds way better than this one. Let's see. Oh, you guys can't hear it. That's right. Anyway, yeah, I tone matched it to that. And you know, you can go heavy with it, but it was just basically telling me I was missing like a little bit of mids, and I kind of listened to it. What's also cool is you're able to ignore certain aspects of the EQ curve. So I ignored some of the high end. It was telling me to dip it. I didn't like that. So yeah, a little bit of tone match just to check myself. And this is the kind of thing where if I tone match something and it ends up coming up with this huge, crazy curve where you know, I'm missing a bunch of low mids and I have way too much high end or whatever, that's kind of a sign to go back and check the mix rather than just using the tone match as a crutch to fix it. But no, it's a really great tool. And then I'm gonna hit my Ozone maximizer, IRC4, modern mode. And if I can get away with it, I'm not limiting at all. I don't want any limiting. I want to clip it. True peak, super important for streaming platforms. I've had mixes, one mix where I did not true peak it. I made it too loud. And when it got uploaded to Spotify, it clipped on Spotify. So that's something to be considered. I always check my loudness with this guy. Check the new gen master check. Let's see how loud this guy is. Not super loud. Loud enough though. Now with streaming, it's like you don't need to mix that loud, so or master that loud. So I hit an 8, which is fine. I know a lot of guys like to master to 6 or 5, but you know, if you're not making CDs anymore, I know Spotify is normalizing everything down to -12, and Apple Music is normalizing to -14. So it's kind of like as long as your mix is, you know, at least that loud, -12, you're kind of good. But no one likes that, so you have to kind of find the balance between delivering your client a mix that is loud enough for them and between making something that's suitable for the streaming platforms. So that's kind of where my head's at with the mastering. Yeah, a little transient emphasis here. Not sure how much of a difference it's making. Kind of helps the transients poke through when you're limiting.